One day, I was sitting down with a successful business owner, and he started telling me about how great his business. He started like 10 years ago. It's a brick and mortar business, and he wanted to start innovating his business in a way, in a sense that he started the business for him in order to step out of the business and start traveling more, because he's been doing great money and he just wanna now like chill back a bit, take himself out of the trenches and start building the business from the outside as a macro view. But he wasn't able to do this. He's still working 10-12 hours every single day on his business since day one, and it's been the same amount of work. So what I told him, let's do an audit. Let's see the system that you have in place. Let's see when you step back off your business, what's the team, the people that you have there, how they interact. And we noticed that their productivity went down, as well as the revenue stayed the same, but productivity went down. And he had to always be on the emergency mode. Okay, I'm here traveling, but as soon as I get a call from business, I'm there, I'm just opening my laptop and just stop enjoying whatever stuff and I'm doing. So it came down to a point that we figured that his systems that he's using are not the right systems. And more of this, that even if he had some decent system in place, his sales team wasn't applying it because they were not trained to it. It was taking too much. So I gave him the idea. I told him hey man, let's do this. Let's try implementing AI. Since you want innovation into your business, let's start doing this. And then we had to map out, and then I mapped out for him 3 key AI systems to implement into his business for him to increase revenue without spending more money on ad, to increase his productivity, the team's productivity, and for him to take a step back. So now you might be asking me what's those 3 magical systems that you can use? What's this AI about? I'm gonna tell you. I call it the 3 S's. The first S is speed. Speed is all about the first interaction with customers. There's a study shown that if you don't interact with the first 5 minutes with your customers, you have less chance, 40 times less chance for you to be able to qualify them and seek them as buyers. Because when people try to call you and you won't reply, they're just moving to the next business. They just call the second one on Google, and then usually 70% of people who get in touch with the business on Google, they end up moving forward with them. So if you're missing calls, you're missing text messages, and we got the data that his team was taking too much time to get back to people. It was more of a window of 10 to 12 hours. They had some leads that they were calling right away, but they had people that were scheduled for the next day. So it's really important to get this part right. Speed is the name of the game. You not only need to move fast in your business, this is one of the key things to do. In order to fix the speed thing, we installed an AI sales assistant that was replying 24/7 on people, never sleep, never took rest, and was actually good at it. And even so, that it was even better than some of his sales people that he had on the team, because it was actually trained to multiple data points, sales tactics, sales strategy that generated in the past historically a couple of thousand and million of dollars for multiple businesses. So when we had this part down, the second S was the systems. He didn't have proper tracking. His sales team was all over the place. He had 5 people running around, this lead contacted, this lead needs this service, we didn't follow up with this person. So we had to actually create a system that they need to put into a CRM, hey, this system is actually this lead is replying to us, this lead is now at the closing stage, and go about it this way. Then we found there's another issue, which was the sales team wasn't updating properly the data. So we trained them on it, we fixed that, and we implement the system, an AI system that would actually take the initial conversation from the AI sales and convert the data into the CRM. So now the sales team was just sitting back and seeing all the data in front of them, and with data you can start optimizing. You can start optimizing your sales process. Right? You can start seeing where's the gap in every step of the phase. Phase number 1, we're losing people here. Just think of it as a bucket. You have a bucket, you're trying to pour water in it, and the bucket has leaks. Now you can start patching those leaks one by one, which leads us and allowed us to now get more replies, more proposal sends, more actual conversation. But there's still the third missing piece. It was actually helping them close the deal. So the third S was the sequence. In the sense that the sequence that they need to follow in a sales call, the structure that they need to follow, they had good framework, but they didn't have coaching. They didn't have a feedback loop. So what we did is we installed the AI sales call. And this sales call, the whole point of it was to coach every single day those people. As soon as they get done with the meeting, they'll get a summary. It was like, hey, you did well on these points and the discovery phase, but for example, you didn't tie it down to a gap, to an emotion, you didn't build this and that. So now salespeople have a system where they can rely on actually improving themselves every single day, at least like 1% every single day. And then we start seeing their close rate increase because they have now actually someone who's backing them every step of the way. So now that his team is not feeling alone, not feeling that they have the whole world to on their shoulders, the business owners started taking step backs and started enjoying more. So this led to him getting less phone calls like emergencies. Now the team is more following the process because now they have data. They cannot mess with data, and they have an AI system that's helping them with the tasks that are super important. And like they have now a new employee that's a beast. The job that was taking like 5 people is now reduced to 2-3 people, which the business scale even more. And this is how we was able to scale this budget. Same budget, he fixed the leak, got better conversion, more money. Now let's spend more money and get even better results. Now with those 3 systems, we created a feedback loop. Let's just take it as this. It's the full sales process. We chunk it down into 3 steps and implemented AI into every single one of them. And now we were able to get the outcome that we wanted. And what I believe is not only my client need the systems. I think every single business owner should start implementing at least one of those systems. My advice for you guys would be to take the data, audit your business, and then come back and see where the bottlenecks are. And there, just start implementing at least one of these systems, and then you can thank me later.